Hey, I've got a touch of insomnia, so let's just hit you up real quick with a 1 year military service update. So, yeah, I'm gonna give you a little anecdote, a little uh, ballad of one of the dumbest things I've been caught doing in the military. Um, So let me set the stage for you. It's important that you get the setting of this, otherwise, it's not that funny of a story at all. So let's try and make you really grasp this. So the setting of this story is at a military school. Now, I don't know if you know very much about schools inside of the military, but generally, it's not a brilliant place for Josiah Rauch. It's the rumble and the roar. It's like a place where they don't actively encourage fun and playtimes and dorkiness and little pranks and little ha-has and gags and twiddles of that sort nature. Anyway, confound this background noise. Anyway, so a military school, you see. It's more like if I could, I don't know, just wing off something off the top of my head here. It's really more like a place where if one guy in your class commits a little indiscretion, uh, let's just say, for the sake of argument, that you could find yourself for the next hour and a half out in the thundering hurricane rains of Florida, slogging through mud with people cutting their shoulders open from freaking rucking stretchers that have hundreds of pounds of sandbags on them in the dastardly rain, as I say. Now, what a funny hypothetical. That sounds like something that would, in fact, happen at this school. Huh. It sounds quite a lot like it. Anyway, stupid humor aside, let's get on to the stupid humor that's the point of this video. That's the sort of place this is. A place where you're supposed to be locked in, cuh. You know, yeah, you got to just make it to the end of the school so you can do all that stereotypically stupid military stuff without being expelled from any potential career field. You get to your unit and you do that stuff with the guys there, like the videos you've probably seen on TikTok or whatever your preferred medium of brain rot is, where like some Marines swallowing 5 packs of lit sparklers or something, just scalding their esophagus. You get to do that after you get through school. Whereas while you're in school, you got to be put together. You got to impress the guys who are a part of the career field that you're trying to get into. Like they say, every day's an interview. Every day. So you haven't earned a single thing yet. We don't have to respect you like people. And all the other stereotypical talks they give you to try and scare you into good behavior. Anyway, that's the setting. I just want you to get through your thick skull that the sort of gravity of the setting. Otherwise, it's just a kind of goofy story. Anyway, at said military school, this was a good while ago. I'm currently in the 8th division of this school, getting close to graduation, hopefully May 8th. And this happened in the 2nd division of the school. So a good, 7 months ago now. Anyway, we had just wrapped up class for the day, and we being my class, me compadres, were feeling in jocund mood, but also in a sort of bloated, bladdery mood. So a few of us are like, okay, since we're done with class and we're waiting to get instruction from the instructors to tell us, what to do next, whether to clean or whatever, we're going to pop over to the bathroom and relieve ourselves for a little bit. Anyway, those guys head off. I decide, oh yeah, turns out the need is upon me as well. So I trundle on over to the bathroom, and I'm like joking with the guys. And I step in, and I'm looking at this bathroom, and my comedic muse has descended upon me. One of my favorite muses, the comedic one. My comedic muse descends upon me in the middle of this bathroom, and I go, "Hey, what on earth? Why? Why is there this tiny little urinal in here, dude? The kind of thing you see in a normal public restroom. There's one urinal that's way shorter than the rest of them, maybe a foot and a half off the ground." I'm like, why is there this tiny little urinal in here? Are they expecting a troop of little kids to come through this classified division in this military school? Anyway, I was like, hey, some of the guys laugh at that. I'm like, yo, this is so short that I could freaking pee into this on my knees. And they're like, hey, why don't you do it, Rauk, why don't you do it? I'm like, well, screw it. Might as well. So I'm like, yeah, let the intrusive thoughts win. So I go down. I button down my pants, and I actually go to do it, and they're laughing and stuff. I'm like, hey, time for me to make an offering to the piss gods. Anyway.
Time for me to make an offering to the piss gods. Time for me to make an offering to the piss gods.
Time for me to make an offering to the piss gods.
I thought that was pretty funny, but there was maybe like a chuckle or two, but they didn't really laugh at that one. Sad. Anyway, so I get to work, and the rest of the guys kind of leave. And I'm down there, and I'm like, well, I've got no audience, but now that I'm here, might as well finish it out. If once you have begun by the Spirit, will you finish by the flesh or something, whatever the Apostle Paul says? So I'm down there finishing by the Spirit, urinating. This is a terrible story for a possibly co-ed audience. I'm doing my thing, and right as I'm about done with the old duty, I hear a flush off to my right. I'm like, what's that? I thought all the guys left. I wonder who out of the class is still in here. And I turned to see, leaving the restroom, someone with a red sweatshirt that has the word on the back, instructor. That's my least favorite word to see on the back of a red sweatshirt exiting a bathroom in which I've just been peeing on my knees in a military school. So I, with shame, but probably less shame than that guy because he didn't wash his hands, but I washed my hands. I with shame, washed my hands, and I stagger out into the hallway awaiting my doom. I go find my class in the classroom, I need to apologize to these guys. Our lives are going to be ended here in a moment. And they are laughing their heads off because that's the reason they didn't laugh at my last joke. It's not because it's funny. No, of course not. Rauk is always funny. It's because the instructor walks in just as I'm saying, I'm going to make an offering to the gods of defecation and urination. He hears that line and he sees me get down on my knees, and they just bolt. All of my class just bolts. Some of the guys were like, hey, we were thinking about, maybe kicking you and being like, Ralph, get up, there's an instructor here. But they didn't. They just left me. Anyway, it must have actually been pretty funny because we didn't get in trouble for that. So, if I had to give a recommendation of whether I think you should do this at a military school near you, I'm going to say no. because it's not original. Come up with your own joke and get in trouble for that. Okay. Anyway, celebrating a year of being in training, I guess. I haven't even begun to serve. I'm like John Paul Jones. I have not yet begun to fight. Anyway, I'm in some pretty scanty clothing, and I should get back inside and get to sleep. Au revoir, doggos.